Hi, good evening. My name's Jason Debley. Tonight's whiskey review is a blended Scotch whiskey that the brand I've reviewed before, Hankey Bannister, established in 1857. I have two bottles here. The one that I previously reviewed was Hankey Bannister 12-year-old Regency, and I really like it. It's a blended Scotch aged principally in ex-bourbon casks. Soft, melon, delightful. Just love the stuff. The only negative would be that it comes in a 700 milliliter bottle. Tonight we're going to review the Hankey Bannister Heritage blend. And the Heritage blend, the backstory to it is that the makers of this, Inverhouse, or at least they were the owners of the brand at the time, had located a bottle, found a perfect bottle of Hankey Bannister dating, I think it was from 1924. So they had their master blender taste it, sample it, study it, and attempt to replicate it. And what they've come up with is this Heritage blend. It's not expensive. I paid in Canada $35, so not a lot of money. But what's interesting is that the alcohol by volume is 46%, and that's rare in a blended Scotch. You don't see blended Scotch with elevated alcohol by volume numbers generally, certainly not at 46%, maybe 43%. If you're dealing with like a blended malt or pure malt, where it's a blend of only single malts. But this is not a blended malt. This has got some grain whiskey in there, as will become evident when we do the tasting. So, Hankey Bannister is not a brand that's well known across the pond here in North America. Sounds like the names of guys who are actors in a porn movie or characters in a Raymond Chandler novel. But I'm very fond of the 12-year-old Regency, and like I said, let's try out the Heritage blend, which attempts to replicate a bottle from 1924. Just a metal cap, no cork stopper here. Should give you a little close-up of the bottle. A little word about distribution. When it was originally released, I think in 2014, the production run was quite limited, 5,000 cases, but since then they keep saying it's limited, but they keep making it, so I don't know how limited an edition it is. Certainly at $35 a bottle, I don't think it's too rare. On the nose, you have a little bit of kind of spoiled wood. It's a little different. I mean, it's not the greatest nose, but it's a blend. You know you're definitely not nosing a single malt. It's not a horrible nose, but what am I picking up here? Corn, oak, you know, a little bit of peat. It's not horrible, but not incredible. Okay, what's it taste like? Spicy orange rind, grapefruit, bright, bold white oak. There's a lot of young whiskey in here. It's youthful. Wrigley spearmint gum. There's citrus. There's marmalade. It's a bit spicy because of the alcohol by volume. Wild honey, camphor. It's young, but it's good. It's got a lot of body, a lot of spice to it because of the alcohol by volume. There is no age statement on this whiskey. I don't know anything about the wood management, but drinking this, I'm tasting some sherry. Certainly lots of ex-bourbon casks. That's all I can say, but most blended whiskeys or even single malts are aged in sherry and ex-bourbon casks, which tells us nothing. The finish is dry. what you're left with is a dry, tingling flavor, a bit of menthol, a peat note, cinnamon. It's good. So this is 46%. So you could add water. We'll add a little bit of water. See what that does. First of all, it transforms the nose. It really changes the nose. And it transforms the palate. Becomes spicier, more woody, more of that honey. It's interesting to mix some water with this. You know, it's something to play around with. I think I would add a little water to this whiskey. So for $35, it's good value. It is interesting. It's different. There's nothing really off-putting. On the finish, there's a bit of an astringent or a medicinal type of note, but it's not bad. It works. It works with this whiskey. This whiskey is bright melon, marmalade, pineapple, you know, all of the attributes of ex-bourbon casks. Not a lot of sherry going on here, not a lot of malt whiskey, barley type notes. I think it's good value for money and it's interesting. I still prefer the 12-year-old Regency, which is much more sophisticated, refined, smooth, more of a sherry component to it, although they say it's aged principally in ex-bourbon casks. Great stuff. Love the 12-year-old Regency. The Heritage I think is good value for money. Would I buy it again? Probably not, because I'd always buy the 12 over the Heritage. But I think the Heritage is a good effort, and you can't go wrong for $35 in Canada, which means in the US it'd probably be like 25 or whatever. Thank you for tuning in. Hope we can do this again. Take care.